Hi ladies, here we are, week 6. So we're just coming up to our halfway mark, which is amazing. I hope you found that there's been some nice improvements over the last 6 weeks, and I hope that you're finding that you're sticking with the program really, really well. Today we're going to go up a weight. So you're going to need your two kilo dumbbell ones, and you're going to need a slightly heavier weight. Now today I'm using 4 kilo weight. So it's up to you, 4 kilos, 5 kilos, around about that mark. I'm going with the 4 because I think that's quite a nice kind of weight for what we've got planned. Also, if you're the first time you're going to be doing new weights, then it's important that we build up nice and gradually. So 4s or 5s, whatever you've got at home will be super. Right, we've got 8 exercises, nice variety of some more strength-based work using our new weights and some more cardiovascular kind of higher intensity exercises. As always, pick the workout that's right for you and the level that you're at today. So if you've had a tough day, perhaps go technique comes first, just lower that intensity a little bit. If you're on a super storming day, then go for those slightly harder options. Okay, let's remember to do our warm-up first. So you're going to take one of those warm-up videos and then we shall begin. All right, we're going to work 45 seconds with a 15-second rest. Sorry, not 30, 15 seconds rest. We're going to start with the lighter weight, so your 2 kilo dumbbells to begin with. So if you have those ready, our first exercise is going to be, as you've done with Jenny before, a squat and front raise. Okay, so working the shoulders, working the legs. It's a fantastic exercise to get our body moving right from the word go. So, are we ready? Let's hear that word go. On your marks, get set. Go. So squatting down. As we squat, the arms lift up. So we've got that sink of the hips and the rise of the arms. So if we look sideways on, chest is forwards. It's lifted, so we're not collapsing forwards. Even if that means we don't lift quite so high with those dumbbells, keep thinking of that lovely technique. Whenever we come up, you're going to squeeze through the bottom. So big squeeze of the glutes. Down nice and low. And then squeeze, so that we're working those bottom muscles and those thighs and the hamstrings really nice and well. We have 5 seconds left to go. Then you're going to need your heavier weights. 2, 1, done. Right, switching over for that heavier weight now then. We have a bicep curl. Okay, now I'm sure you've done these before or seen them before. We're going to keep the shoulders back, chest lifted, and then we curl and lower. Off you go when you're ready. Curling up, lowering down. With the bicep curl, we want to try and keep our shoulders nice and still. It's really tempting to kind of get this swing going like this. So think of keeping the shoulder blades still, keeping the chest muscles still, and keeping the elbow nice and still. And then we just work around that. So up and down. Nice and controlled. Whenever we do our strength work, we don't want to be racing at supersonic speed. We want to create a nice amount of tension in the muscle. Last 5 seconds then. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect timing. Into some squats, so into a plie type squat. We're going to squat with the knees going out, then squat with the knees going in. So these I call my in-out squats. Are we ready? Let's go. So knees out, knees in, knees out, knees in. Now you'll find that when you do the out one, you've got a nice big squat. When you do the in one, the knees don't bend so much. Don't worry about that. You'll see if I go sideways on, we've got the out, we've got the in. You'll find it doesn't go so far. That's absolutely fine. Just go as low as your body will allow. So nice and low with the out. Turn those toes out. Check for me your knees are in line with the toes. So if the toes are pointed out that much, that's how far the knees go. Okay? So you're going to use those bottom muscles to turn them out. Lovely. Right, grabbing hold of your heavier weights. We're going to take a shoulder press. So keeping the weights nice and close towards your ears. Feet are beautifully grounded to the floor. You're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, you're going to push. So off we go. Push and down. And push and down. If I get in a good angle here, you can see that my dumbbells are staying the same way. They're facing the same way, the whole way through this exercise. I'm not turning anything. So they're nice and narrow, and they stay narrow. As you push up, I want you to think, if I can just pop those down for a sec, keep going whilst you're doing it, because I'm going to explain. As you push up, I want you to think of the rib cage staying nice and still. As we tire, there'll be this tendency to push like this, because this will be a lot easier. You can see my ribs are going out, that pressure's going into the lower back. So try and keep that rib cage really nice and still. Right, pause there. Next one, we have a little burpee, which I know you all love. Okay, so the burpee goes like this. Jump down, jump back, jump in, and stand. We're doing a half version today. So down, back, in, stand. Down, back, in, stand. Let's speed it up. Down, back, in, stand. Okay, so keep yourself nice and strong through your back as you jump those feet back. Keep your chest lifted as you rise up. So we're coming up to this lovely upright position each time round. And this is a surefire one to get that heart rate up. Down, up. You might find yourself travelling across the room as I am. Okay, there's your beat. Have a pause. Grab hold of your heavier dumbbells. Right, just check you've got a little room behind you. And we're going to take a curtsy, as if we're meeting the Queen. So shoulders back, and then we curtsy together. Other side, curtsy. Whee! Sorry, totally lost my balance then. Curtsy and down. So you can see my weights are just staying by the side of me. That's just so that I can work my legs a little harder. That's the reason we've got the weights. More resistance for the legs means more results. Keep your chest up and keep the shoulders back. Right, 15 seconds to go. So it doesn't have to be a huge step sideways, just kind of about a hip width, but the other way, if that makes sense. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Right, down onto all fours. Just going to tuck my top in so we can see what we're doing. Hands down, nice long position. From here, we high plank and rotate, and then replace the hand. Other side. Off you go when you're ready, joining in. That's your beat for the 45. So lift and then lower. Now if this is not on your radar today, lower the knees and come to this position instead. So remember, work with what feels good but productive for you. Okay, lifting up. Of course we want to challenge ourselves. So you do want to be able to push that bit further, but still keeping technique really lovely. So nice and long through the arms. The feet are just going to rotate a little bit. Last couple now. Good, okay, and then resting down. Right, our last one, I'm just going to grab a mat. You're going to lie down on your back and grab one of your heavier weights. Okay, you're going to pop that across your hips here. Then from here, we're going to lift and lower. So we have a weighted glute bridge. That goes sideways, and you can see. So lift and lower. Now, for you, I want your eye line to be pointing straight up. Toes are straight forwards. And just check for me, your feet are hip width apart, not all the way over there. So really quite narrow with the feet, really. And then double check for me, the knees are in line with the toes. They may want to drift inwards, in which case use these bottom muscles under here to keep the toes facing straight forwards. So nice and high with the hips and then down. Okay, there's our beat. So safely pop that weight down, come on up, grab yourself a drink. Right, nice glass of water, and we're going to repeat the whole thing in just a minute. So let's have a little breather first. Okay, so for some of you, this might be the first time that we're doing our our resistance work. So I don't want you to be afraid of it. Lots of people that I see, particularly ladies, get quite nervous about doing resistance work, so adding weights to their workout. But you needn't be concerned. It's absolutely pivotal that we do some kind of resistance training. It strengthens our bones, it keeps our muscles strong, it helps with our posture. So there's lots and lots of like tick, 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 yes, 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 yes. I think lots of women are very scared that they're going to end up with, like, you know, when Madonna went through that really slightly muscly phase. You're not going to, so I really don't want you to worry. So do challenge yourself to lift your weights, okay? Right, we've got 15 more seconds. So one more quick glug. And then we're back to our squats with the front raise. Pop that one out of the way for a minute. Ready, steady. Off we go, squats and front raises. So squat and lift all at the same time. So nice and low down. Think of that range of movement, that lovely movement through the shoulder, and that lovely big movement through the knees and the hips. So I'm breathing in on the way up, breathing out on the way down. And I'm trying to go as low as I can. Right, 10 more seconds to go. Keep nice and strong with the arms. Double check, knees are still in line with toes. Good, and then last one. Excellent, well done. Right, bicep curls next. So switch for your heavier weights. Feet are grounded. These feel so much heavier. They're not that much, but they feel it. Off we go, curling up, curling down. So lift and lower. Remember what I said about the shoulders? Keep them back. Keep the elbow nice and still. And it's that downward phase, this bit here, that we really want to try and work on. Okay, so we take our time rather than swinging back. Okay, so lift up, then take your time, sinking down. Okay, so lift, take your time. Super. 15 seconds left to go. Nearly there. And up. 5 more seconds. Do you notice one side stronger than the other? Me too. Right, next up then. Do we do this once again? No, we don't. We're in and out squats next. So, toes in, toes out. I'm going to show you a little option for those of you wanting a bit more. We can jump the difference, okay? So we go down and out, and in and out. So with this one, get your hands up the waist, so whether you go palm press position, hands behind the backs, wherever you want to put them. And then we take that lovely in and out, in and out. If you don't want to jump it, continue with that pivot on the heel. But let's see if we can make these down ones, these outwards ones, even lower. So sink down, in, out. 10 seconds. So let's see if we can jump it to finish. Build up that lovely lactic burn in the thighs. Super work. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, good work. Really nice. Right, into our shoulder presses. So give yourself some space. Feet firmly on the floor. Dumbbells up by the ears, nice and close to the chest. Off we go. Push and lower. Push, lower. Now think rib cage. Right, I'm going to close my eyes. Visualize that rib cage staying still. Feel my belly muscles working to keep my ribs in line. Breath in, breath out. Allow this time, if you have done the jumping squats last time, use this time just to let the heart rate lower a little. Last 7 seconds to go. So big push, keep the knuckles straight up to the ceiling, and done. Good, well done. Right, those half burpees. Tuck my t-shirt in. Are we ready? Just check you've got room behind you then, ladies. Steady. Off we go. Jump down, jump back, jump in, stand. this as a core exercise. It's a jump into a plank, essentially, there. So think of that zip up of your belly muscles, the switching on of those pelvic floor muscles, nice and strong through the shoulders. Even if you want to take a moment in that position to feel that strength. Keep that rhythm going. Almost there. There's the beat. Super, right. I'm proud of yourself. Let's grab our heavier weights for our curtsy lunges. Check there's room behind you. Okay, big breath in. Off we go, curtsy and lift. Try and keep your hips straight to the front. They'll want to twist, so keep them really, really straight. Don't worry if you wobble. Almost there, last 10 seconds. See if you get that back knee right the way down towards the floor. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, let's get one more in, and done. Good. Okay, high plank with rotation. So hands on the floor, knees or toes, whatever feels best for you. Shoulders are pulled down and back. Ready? Let's go. So lift and lower, and lift and lower. So thinking back to the burpee that we just did, thinking of that strength as we hit that plank position. So belly muscles are on. We feel like we've got kind of a corset, but a loosely fitting corset around our waist because we still need to breathe. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Nice and high. Remember, your option if you want it is to be on your knees. Okay, there's the beat. Okay, grabbing your mat, then onto your back. You have those lovely big glute bridges. With a weight if you can, so pop that weight across your hips. Keep it off the belly. Okay, off we go. Chest straight forwards, eye line looking up to the ceiling, feet firmly planted on the floor. And then as we lift, squeeze that bottom tight. So at that very, very top point, we've got lots of tension through the hamstring, the back of the leg, through the glute, and a little bit of work through the lower back. A wonderful, wonderful exercise. We can tie in a little pelvic floor lift as well. So pelvic floor lifts up now, and then lowers down. Again, feel it lift with the bottom squeeze, and lower. And down, and up. And there's the beep. All right, so if you pop that weight back, and let's take a breather. So we're just going to take another minute or so, and then finish off our third and final round. 1 minute to go. So over the coming weeks, we are going to be adding a little bit more weight. You're not going to need anything heavier than the ones that we're using today, unless you've got a 4 and a 5. If you do want to venture up to a 6, then do, but be warned, weeks 10, 11, 12 are really pretty tough. I struggle with a 5, and I know that my arms aren't exactly massive, but we're working for longer periods of time. So a 4, 5, 6, if you're feeling very brave. I've had a couple of ladies in the past use the 6, and they're certainly tough. So let's get ready to go again. Let's get this mat out of the way. Hopefully breathing is just regulated just a little bit. We're going to need the 2 kilo ones ready for our squats with front raises. Right, are we ready? Third round. Let's go. So squat and front raise, off you go. the knees, or knees are in line with the feet, whichever way you want to look at it. Chest is nicely lifted. Arms are really nice and long. So we've got that long lever making our shoulders work really quite hard. You have 15 seconds left to go. I am going to quickly change the screen so because otherwise it stops recording. Keep going, sorry, I will do a couple of extras. Down and up, down, up. You've got 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, into your bicep curls then. Right, chest forwards, shoulders pulled back, feet firmly planted on the floor. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Curl and lower. Keep that body really nice and still. No tension through the neck, just that stillness there. Lovely, try not to swing, so we keep it as calm as we can. All that work going into the bicep and nowhere else. Right, 12 seconds to go. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, next up, in and out squats. So toes in, toes out, jump, don't jump. I'm going to let you be the guide. I'll give you a 10-second countdown if you do want to jump for the last 10. Ready, steady, go. That outwards one always reminds me of ballet. I'm doing a lovely plie. Right, if you don't want to jump, then stay with me on this one. But keep that chest up and up, particularly on the outwards one, these ones, the plie ones. Right, we've got 12 seconds left now, so we jump for the last 10. Let's go. I know the legs are burning. If they aren't, go bigger, go higher, go lower. 3, 2, 1. Oh, a bit of a wobble there. Good work. Okay, into our shoulder presses then. Let's ground the feet, have a really good foundation there. Dumbbells in place. Exhale as you push. Let's go. Exhale, inhale. Watch that rib cage. Keep the arms straight up above the head. Knees just slightly soft. That's it. These are quite tricky after you've done those front raises with the squats, huh? Last 12 seconds left to go. Push and lower. Push. Last 7. Come on, let's get a few more in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good work. Okay, next up's those half burpees. So without the extra jump, right, make sure you've got some space behind you. Ready, steady in 3 seconds. 2, 1, let's go. Jump back, jump in, stand. Jump back, jump in, stand. When you come up, bottom squeezes, belly squeezes. So we are so strong. There's no kind of flopping at the top. We're using those muscles. Up, up. Keep going, keep going. 3 seconds, 2, 1. All right, into your curtsy lunge. Grab hold of those heavier dumbbells. Once more. Ready, space behind you then, ladies. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Down, and up, and down, and up. So I want you to think of the body, the upper body, being a little bit like a swan on the river, staying really calm, really still, no movement. I want you to think the legs are doing all the hard work underneath. So that lovely calm stillness of the swan's body, but the work ethic of the swan's legs. Last 10 seconds. Go and get that back knee right the way down. That's it, good. 2 more things after this. All right, here we go. High plank with rotation, and then our bridge, and then we're done. So, move that so I can see the beep. Ready? Let's go. Feet slightly wider than hip width, up, and down, and up, and down. Breathing nice and slowly. Try and look up at that top hand if you can, so we get that full rotation through our body. Really lovely position. Ten seconds left to go. Keep that stillness that you had in the first 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Super job. Right, grab your mats or find your space, and then grab one dumbbell onto your back then. Are we ready? Steady. Let's go. So lift and lower. Heels and feet really pushing into the floor. Bottom muscles squeezing up as you lift. Exhale as you go. So breath in at the bottom. Breath out at the top. Last few now then, just work the glutes that last little bit, working as hard as you did on that first round. We're nearly there. And done, there's the beep. Right, fantastic work. Let's just pause that beep a moment, find that weight out of the way. Right, super job done, a little bit of a glow now. So you see how it's different with the heavier weight compared to the lighter weight and doing higher reps, higher energy work. So you should feel a slight difference between the two. Possibly tomorrow is when you'll feel it most, is when you start to feel those little aches kind of in the joint area, around the knee, around the hips, and that's absolutely fine. We're going to do a little stretch now in the hope that it just eases that achiness tomorrow. First is for water, and then let's head down onto the floor. So we're going to lie yourself on your belly first. So lying down on your tongue. Going to come to this position here. Relax the forehead into the opposite hand. And then with the same arm as leg, you're going to reach the foot. From here, just tuck the pelvis down. So almost like you're trying to scoop the pubic bone into the floor. Meanwhile, bring the heel nice and close to your bottom. We should get a really rather delicious stretch down the front of the thigh. Use this time just to breathe. Lovely full breaths into the rib cage and into the belly. Okay, and then switching over sides. So heel to bottom, tuck the pelvis under, and then hold nice and still. Try and just check for me that the knees are still in line with each other, so the knees are kind of almost touching. Okay, from here, we're going to push up into a kind of an all-fours position. We're going to take an arch through the back, and then a drop through of the ribs. So we're going to take what's called our cat and cow. So, stretching up into a cat pose, and then arching through. Just to loosen off the back. Okay, from here, take one leg into a bent leg position and the other leg is going to be straight to the side. With the bent leg, that's the arm that's going to reach up, and then we're going to take a lean over towards that foot. Okay? Don't worry if yours doesn't look quite like that, if it's a bit further here or if this leg's a bit closer over here. Doesn't matter. What we're looking for is a stretch through this adductor muscle, these long, lovely long muscles under here. You might even get it underneath this leg here as well. Okay. You also get a nice stretch here too. Okay, same thing on the other side. So bring one leg in first, bring that to the centre, and then stretch the other leg away. You're going to lift up with the same arm as bent leg, and then reach over towards the straight leg, feeling this stretch here, and then down here as well. If you can, then reach hold of the foot, but don't worry if you're kind of your hands mid-shin or on the thigh, it doesn't matter. Go to where it feels good. Okay, then stretching our glutes out. We're going to lie on our back now. You're going to cross one leg over the other. Okay? You're going to take hold of underneath the underside of the bottom leg. So you're going to go through the middle and holding on. Okay? From here, relax yourself down. And you're just going to take a little rock left and right. Now you'll find as you go over to one side, you get a deeper stretch. Hover there. In that point where we get a nice stretch kind of coming around this glute area here. So this is our glute muscle, group of muscles, and our abductor muscles, so the ones that take the leg away from the middle of the body. Okay, let's switch over sides. So leg across, one hand goes through the middle, one hand on the outside, and then take hold of the underside of the leg, and then gently pull in, and then again rock left or right, and then hold where you get your deeper stretch. Okay, staying on your back, you're just going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Just do a few little circles around one way, and some circles around the other way. Okay, now you might want to stay there for a bit, in which case this video will time out, so stay put. Those of you who don't move are now done with your workout, so well done. Week 6, done. So do give me some feedback of how you're feeling with that slightly heavier weight and how you're feeling with that slightly different workout, doing some different weight-based exercises. We've got more to come next week. We're going to completely break with ranks next week and do a completely different workout. So I look forward to hearing from you and letting me know how you've got on. In the meantime, very well done, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.